Hello and welcome to episode 169, and a bloody cold one it is as well, isn't it, guys?
Yeah, just a little bit.
So for this session we have come down to the Monument fishery again. Me, Ben and Lee was here 11 months ago, where you'd have seen me catch a rather nice fish. And Ben catch a seagull. And this time as well we've been joined by Mark as well, so I'm in 12, Lee's in 13, Mark's in 14 and Ben's off around the corner in 8, so we are split up a little bit. Well, only Ben is.
I don't think it's going to be a very sociable one anyway, mate, to be quite honest.
But yeah, it is absolutely Baltic, guys. It pretty much the same conditions as we had last time, wasn't it?
Oh
really?
No, it was tropical last time, Chris. Jesus.
But anyway, I think we are all fishing, apart from Ben. Did you have your rods out yet?
Yeah.
Oh, so you've just had to wind it, I suppose, to come round and do some tries. So we have all got our rods out, apart from Ben. He'll have them back out again in a minute. So we're going to go through tactics, rigs, all that later on when someone starts doing summer, because it is freezing and we're going to get back in our
When you say later on, do you mean like June, July time? Yeah?
No, later in the session. Anyway, right, let's go and take some shelter because it's freezing. So, till something can't be happened, let's go fishing.
It's warm.
Right then, guys, apologies for any lack of filming, or for the lack of filming I should say, really, because pretty much once we got set up it's been non-stop raining. I think it was already cold enough with the freezing temperatures this weekend, but now we've got rain into the mix as well, so conditions wise it's more or less identical to when we was here back in February. Everybody's been busy bound so far with this rain. Oh, I did want to put out a load of maggots with a dot spod to bait up my areas, but I haven't done that either yet. I'm not sure how long we've actually got this rain in for, but I'm hoping it will ease off a bit, so in the next 2 or 3 hours I can put a load of maggot out, because I've brought 2 gallons with me this session, which is 16 pints. But yeah, this weather's just made us a bit confined to the bivvies at the moment. I do have my wet weather gear with me, so if a push comes to a shove, then I will get my wet weather gear on and spod in the rain, but I'd prefer not to. Good evening, guys. So it hasn't stopped raining. It is still freezing cold. So obviously by the lack of footage up to now, nothing has happened. Yeah, I say it hasn't stopped raining, it's freezing cold, and nothing has happened, but there was a ever so slight lull in the rain. I wouldn't say break in the rain, just a lull on the last dregs of daylight, where it give me a bit of opportunity to spot at a bit of maggot, as you saw me spotting. So we are into the winter timetable now here at the monument, and during the winter timetable you are allowed to use maggot, which I am doing. Those of you that might have watched my last vlog here when we were here back in February when I caught that 35.5 pounder, I'm pretty much doing everything exactly the same. Same rigs, same tactics, same baiting strategy, and if everything happens exactly the same, in about 6 hours time I should have another fish. So yeah, so not a lot has happened. I haven't heard anyone else around the lake catch anything or heard any other bite alarms going off, and that's how cold it is. The old camera's starting to mist up a bit, guys, so I've got me dinner on the go at the moment, so I'll leave it there before we get too misty, and then hopefully you'll see one of us during the night. Good morning, guys, and what a pretty uneventful night it was. Apart from the weather, it rained for a fair bit of the night, and then after the rain stopped I think it then got pretty cold because everything's frozen this morning. Oh yeah, they still do work. So yeah, everyone's just sort of waking up now. Only the problem is, I don't think the fish have woke up. Everyone's going to do a recast soon. I'm going to have some breakfast first, though, and then redo my rods. Put some fresh maggots on the rigs. And before I put them back out, I'll show you how I'm fishing, etc. Right. I need to think about my belly first, though. Oh, bit of a cold one this morning, guys. Right then, guys, so I've just wound my rods in now so I can do me a recast, but before the rods go back out I'm going to show you how I'm fishing. And if you saw the vlog I done here back in February, I'm fishing practically exactly the same. I say practically exactly the same, the rigs are the same. Only one slight difference. Well, I'll show you the whole rig in its entirety. So, from the main line, we have got some lead core, and the reason I'm using lead core is because it's the only leaders that they actually allow here. A bit of the lead core's actually sticking out there. So, yeah, the only leaders that they allow here are lead core leaders. I'm not a big fan of lead core, but hey ho, you got to go with the fishery rules. Lead clip system, IQD rig, ones I've tied myself, little sinker in the middle of the hook link, and then on the hook end, IQD rig. As you can see, I made the IQD rigs up with the quarter kickers, and then covering the swivel, bit of red foam, with just the eye of the swivel poking out the other end of the foam. And then the next one, which I've already got ready, then all I do, I'll tie a bunch of maggots onto a bit of braid and then tie it onto the other end of that eye of the swivel. And then the only slight difference between this session and when I was here 11 months ago, instead of a lead weight, I'm using a maggot feeder. I had to slightly modify these ones myself, put a big eye swivel on so that they fit on the lead clip. And the vlog I done here back in February, I was hooking on a bag of maggots. Well, obviously I don't need to do that now because using the maggot feeder. Right, well, got this one to rebait up, and then I'll get them back out. Guys, unfortunately we've come to the end of our session and it's ended on a blank, but if it's any consolation, I've just been up to the shop and Tom said the whole lake has blanked this weekend, so it isn't just us. No carp, no seagulls. I haven't even caught a cold this weekend, despite how cold it's been. Anyway, we're going to be off soon, but before we go, I'd just like to wish all my fans and followers a Merry Christmas and a Carpe New Year. And even those of you that put the dislikes on the video, Merry Christmas to you too, because I'm that kind of guy. Well, you will next see me at Farlow's on Boxing Day. Well, you won't see me on Boxing Day, you'll see later on when the video's been done. Mark is joining us, Lee might be joining us, Ben...
no chance.
But we'll be meeting up with Simon, Maths to UK, Maths mate Dave, so it should be a good social, whether Lee makes it or not.
Thanks.
But anyway, that's the end of that. We're off home, we're due some rain, so we're going to clear off before the rain hits. So till next time, Merry Christmas and tight lines everyone.
Merry Christmas, guys.
Merry Christmas.